Okay, on to our next part of surface area and volume. We are talking about a sphere, and when we talk about that, we think about a ball. Okay, so with that being said, our surface area, now a ball is round. Okay, it's a 3D circle. You all know what it looks like. Good, so surface area is 4 pi radius squared, and we get that pi radius squared from our circle formulas. Okay, now next our volume is 4/3 pi radius cubed. Okay, there is no easy way for me to help you memorize this. This is something that you need to sit and remember. Now the part where making it easy comes in when we talk about the hemisphere. Now the hemisphere is half of a circle, so a half sphere. Now when we talk about a hemisphere, we talk about it in two parts. Let's say when you have a ball and you cut it in half, okay, you're either going to have a solid circle looking back at you, or you're going to have something that looks like a bowl. Okay, so like a bakkie, a bowl that you eat out of, that one. Okay, so either a closed one or an open one. So they will talk to you about a closed or a solid hemisphere. Now, again, that's half a sphere. When it is a closed one, you're going to have half of your for the surface area. You're going to have half of your sphere because it's literally cut in half. But because it's closed, you're going to add the area of a circle. Because if you look at it, you're going to look against a solid piece, so a solid circle, and that would end up with 3 pi radius squared. Now again, with the volume, it's not going to change anything. Having it open or closed, it's not going to change how much that hemisphere can contain. Therefore, it is just simply half what our volume for a sphere would be. And that would put it back into a half, and then bracket 4/3 pi radius cubed, and that would give us 2/3 pi radius cubed. Okay. Then, like I said, we're either going to have a closed hemisphere or an open hemisphere. And the only difference comes in with our surface area. We're now not going to add that additional area of a circle because it's not closed, it's open now. So our area is just a half, 4 pi radius squared. That would give us 2 pi radius squared. With our volume, it stays exactly the same. Because like I said, it's not going to change how much it can contain. Okay, whether it's closed or open, the volume stays exactly the same. So that's our sphere. Now for our pyramids. With pyramids in grade 10, you're going to have two different ones. Either a triangular pyramid, which means my base is going to be a triangle, or a rectangular pyramid, which means my base is going to be a rectangle. But that does not change anything with my formulas. You'll see what I mean now. So for my volume, I'm going to have my area of my base times my height. Now this is my perpendicular pyramid height, divided by 3. Now, this area of my base is either going to be a triangle, or a rectangle. Okay, so that's the only place where we're going to have a bit of a difference. Then, my surface area is my area of the base. Again, it's either going to be a rectangle or a triangle. Good. Plus, my area of my triangular faces. So down here, I drew a little sketch of saying, so this is a triangular pyramid. You can see my triangle, and then my backside triangle. Now here, you have your slant height. Now this comes in with my area of my triangular face. This is for my surface area where you're going to use that one. So the area of my triangular face is half base times perpendicular slight height. Okay, so my slant height is like the skew side, the slanted side, perpendicular height. Okay, then the heights I talked about up here, my perpendicular pyramid height is going to be straight down. Like if I break my pyramid in half, if I break it open, how much, like how far would it be from my top point to my bottom point? The slant height is if I close it and I measure from my bottom, skew upwards to my center. So I can kind of say this is, if I look at my triangle as is, this would be my hypotenuse. Okay, so this would be, yeah, I can say my hypotenuse. Okay, good. So this is what it is for pyramids. And guys, please remember that you're not going to get any of this on a formula sheet. You need to remember it off by heart. And believe me, you will get it in a test. They love pyramids, they love spheres, especially like I said, not yesterday, with the previous video. Well, it was yesterday. Anyway, with our previous ones we did, which was our cylinder and our cube, from that, like they love adding pyramids or hemispheres or spheres on top of those shapes and then asking you what is the volume or what is the surface area. So please make sure you know these. Yeah, and it will definitely come up in a test somewhere. Up until matric, they still love to ask this. Know it, it is easy marks.